Welcome to the podcast, episode number 3. Today, I'm going to talk about how I did 22,250 push-ups in 1 year. Yeah, I was asked about something motivational, how I get my motivation to do all my challenges. And the year 2018, I had several challenges I did, and one of them was, one of my favorites is 100 days, 100 push-up challenge. So I do 100 push-ups a day for 100 days straight. No rest, nothing in between. And disclaimer, this of course is not a good training plan. You should always have a rest day in between. And if you look at me, I'm not that buff. It has a lot to do with diets, and only push-ups don't make you like super strong. That's a misunderstanding. But nonetheless, that's not the point. I actually didn't do this challenge to get like really big or something. It had more or less something to do with training my brain. And to be more precise, training how to do something and finish it. Something that you put in your head and you do it every day. It's like a habit. And yeah, that brings me to the point how I actually am able to do all my challenges. So there are a couple things to it. The first and probably most important thing is habit. You just have to make a thing a habit, like brushing your teeth. If you do it every day, you won't forget it. Nobody likes to brush their teeth. It's annoying, and you could do something else in the time, but you do it just because it's a habit and you have to do it every day. Same as like if you're in a car and you want to pass out the car, you do always look back. And if you're starting not to do that, if it's not a habit anymore, you tend to forget things. So that's why I did the challenge. I wanted to do 100 push-ups every day. That leaves no room for debate, for excuses to say, okay, maybe I'm just gonna do it tomorrow, and then you forget it or you find excuse for it. So that is probably the biggest thing for me, how I go about certain things. If it comes to like having the motivation to do things, do it every day. No excuses. I did the same thing for Instagram, and I'm doing it currently at the moment. I'm posting something skateboarding related every day. So no room for excuses. The other thing that helped me a lot with doing these challenges was sharing it. Sharing it on Instagram. I did a video of me marking a square off for every 100 push-ups I did, and after 100 days the sheet was filled in. So I shared my story, my push-ups with Instagram. And the thing is, which is very important, you should share your stuff not for selfish reasons, but for selfless reasons. And now there comes a paradox, because on the other hand, you shouldn't do that for anybody else. You don't do your challenge or something to impress somebody. You're doing it for yourself, to like actually doing something, getting something done. That's a very selfish thing. So there's a paradox. Sharing, selfless, but doing it for yourself. Very important. And yeah. The last thing that is probably very important if it comes down for major motivational stuff is the reason why you're doing it. That's probably what most guys ask me. Why are you doing these stupid challenges every day, 100 push-ups? I don't understand it. And it's actually, it comes down to the why. So why are we doing things? Just because we like them. We don't do anything that we don't like. For example, school. Everybody knows that school is good for you. If you get good grades, you usually tend to get better jobs, and it's better for you. But you know it's something you don't like, so you don't have the strength or the energy, the motivation to actually learn, do your stuff for school, your homework. So the same is with push-ups. Actually, push-ups are something that you don't like, so why would you do them? You have to start liking them. How do you do that? You have to trick your brain. You have to rewire it. So of course, I don't like to do push-ups. What do I like? Skateboarding. What do I need to be able to skateboard longer? I have to be strong enough, have to be healthy, have to train my back, my muscles. And that's how I rewire my brain to tell my body, hey, those are awesome, man. If I do a lot of those, my body's strong enough to skate, which is awesome. And all of a sudden, it's not a core anymore. You love it. And that's with everything. If you don't find the motivation for something, try to rewire, try to trick your brain and make your brain like it. Yeah, that's probably the advices I can give you about being motivated for stuff. And if you have different opinions, or if you have more input on that, if you have, just share it with us, guys. Just write it down in the comments. I'd be happy to hear your opinion. Yeah, so this was the podcast episode number 3. And next week we're going to talk about skateboarding stuff again. So tune in. Peace out, boys and girls. Bye.